and welcome. I'm Michelle Eagleton and you're watching Live in the Hive, the only online magazine show dedicated to theatre across Greater Manchester. Now, I hope you got your brew at the ready because I certainly have got mine, because for the next half an hour, we have got a jam-packed show full of theatre news, interviews and some exclusive performances. Now, who are our guests this week? Well, we have got some crackers. We've got West End star Dean Chisnall, who is currently playing Jean Valjean in Les Mis, and we've also got not one but two of the cast of the last quiz night on Earth, and they are joining me in the Hive. Yes, right in the Hive. They are our very first guests in my garden theatre bar, and we're going to be having a glass of wine or two, or maybe three a little bit later on. And it's quite apt because the last quiz night on Earth is set in a pub, so we're better to chat to them, hey? Not only have we got that, but we have got a very special performance at the end of tonight's show. We have got a group of wonderful children and teenagers from Middleton, from Fairstage Academy, and they are going to be bringing us a very special song dedicated to the children and the people in the Ukraine. So lots more to come. Stay with us in Live in the Hive, and let's get on with the show, as they say in the industry, because first up tonight, I got the chance to speak to a wonderful guy. He is so talented. He's been in the West End on so many shows, and now he's starring in the iconic role of Jean Valjean in Les Mis. We can't wait for him to come to the Lowry at the end of March. He's staying till April. We might even bag him here a lot longer than that if we can do. He's called Dean Chisnall, and here's what he had to say about starring in Les Mis. Take a look. Well, I'm at the Lowry. I'm here waiting for you in the Keys corporate bar. It's very posh in here, I have to say. I can see a big poster of Les Mis down at the box office. We're waiting for you, Dean. Where are you? Come over to Salford now.
It's been a long time coming, hasn't it, Michelle? For goodness sake, we've been waiting 2.5 years for this, but we are on our way. We're nearly there, so just bear with us.
And you know what? I've had people texting me left, right, and centre who had those tickets, and they're like, I'm gonna be going. And the excitement is building because, you know, not only have they waited, but it's Les Mis. It must feel amazing being in this show, Dean.
It is amazing to be in it. It's a dream come true for me. It's the one show I always wanted to be in. And I tried for about 14, 15 years to get in it. Never succeeded. And then I became Jean Valjean and got in it that way, which is just the most ridiculous story. And I feel really privileged. And we are so excited to come to the Lowry, me especially being a northerner. So I can't wait to get there.
I know, you're from good old Ormskirk. So you're back up north, and you know us northern crowds. We are the best, Dean, let's face it.
Well, we've done Glasgow, Liverpool and Dublin so far, and Liverpool took the roof off. They all take the roof off, but Liverpool especially being at home. They are a wonderful crowd.
I've been to the Empire in Liverpool, and I thought our crowds were a little bit, you know, a little bit crazy, a little bit on it, but Liverpool does kind of deliver. So I'm going to round them up in Salford and say, look, it's like a pantomime, isn't it? Oh, we can do better than that, guys.
Yeah, as long as they don't shout at us during it. It's not a panto in that way, so don't look forward to things like that. But yeah, no, do. Round them up, tell them we're all coming. It's going to be great. We can't wait to get there.
I will do. Now, you said that you auditioned, you know, a few times for this. So was it different parts then? Not just Jean Valjean. Did you audition for Marius?
I don't know what I was really auditioning for at the time. You sort of do a general audition when you're much younger than I obviously am now. So it wouldn't have been for Jean Valjean then. It would have been for various characters or perhaps ensemble. I never managed to get in the show, and then in 2018, my life changed forever when I got this part. It's a really bizarre story. I thought the show had passed me by. I always hoped that it hadn't. And here I am to tell the tale about 550 odd Jean Valjean shows in. So I love it.
Is it like a pinch me moment still every night when you go out there?
I promise you, people are going to think I'm saying this because you've asked me the question, and it might sound naff and cheesy, but it is to me. I've never, ever taken it for granted. And like I say, I'm 4 years into it, even though there's a massive hiatus in the middle. It really is still a pinch me moment, and I can't believe my luck.
Well, that hiatus, little bird told me with the pandemic and everything, that you are actually a Tesco delivery driver, Dean. I
Yeah,
mean, come
yeah.
on. I would love a Tesco delivery driver that might serenade me on my door, because if he rocked up and sung "Bring Me Home," I'd be like, all my Christmases has come at once.
Well, we were in Norwich in March. I can't remember what year it was, 2020, when the pandemic struck, and obviously COVID changed the world. And there I was, 10 days later, driving a delivery van for Tesco, and really proudly doing so. I really enjoyed it. It gave me some mental stability. It gave me a reason to get up in the morning, even though things have been so devastating with the pandemic. And it was a complete life change, obviously. And I'm really, really glad I did it. And I wouldn't have changed that for the world. And I was really glad they took me on. And I did have fun. You know, you've got to make the best of things, haven't you? So I was providing a service at a really tough time for a lot of vulnerable people. So I did what I could do.
Oh, you did fantastic. But I must admit, when you went to get back on that stage the first time after that break, how did that feel?
Well, I've always loved my job and I've always appreciated my job. But that first night, just hearing the audience and feeling that energy and how emotional it was for all of us, you know, this isn't about being an actor. It's about what theatre brings to people. You know, it's escapism for actors and for the audience. It was really quite indescribable how that felt that night. And it was very, very special.
I think it's been quite emotional as well, for not just performances, for audiences to be back in the theatre, because there's that power that a live performance has over you, that you're all kind of experiencing the same thing.
Yeah, it is a collective experience, you know, and nothing can replace it. You know, a lot of live streaming went on during the pandemic, and of course I appreciate that, but it's not the same as being in the room. It never can be. You know, live theatre is pure escapism, and people need to escape now more than ever. And it's a really crucial, life-saving art form, and I truly believe that.
And you're in one hell of a show. Les Mis is possibly the best musical ever. It's so epic. The music is incredible. And every time I see it on stage, I am just blown away by the energy of the
Yeah.
cast and how you can do that night on night. It must be a lot to take on, yeah?
It is physically and mentally exhausting, no doubt. We did two shows yesterday, and I know that I've done two shows yesterday. You know, I'm shattered from it, but not shattered to the point where you think, oh, I can't be bothered to do it again. It's exhilarating to do it, you know, but there is a lot of energy required. There's a lot of effort and a lot of team spirit to pull yourself through that, to do it twice every day, you know, some days. But it's very special, and it is the world's most successful musical, and it's the greatest story ever written for stage. And how
Oh,
lucky
it
are we?
is. And you have a complete fan base of people who travel all around the country to see Les Mis. How do you deal with that?
It's fascinating meeting people, you know, not just around the country but around the world. You know, when I did the show in London, people were flying in simply to see Les Mis. They weren't flying in because they were coming for a holiday to London. They'd take in all the sights and sounds of London, but they were flying in specifically to see Les Mis, and that just blew my mind, and it still does. And you know, we're in Dublin at the moment. People are flying here to see it. It's extraordinary, the fan base that this show has, and it continues to grow. There's something relatable in the show for everyone, you know, and Bring Him Home is a great example. Every single person in that audience is having their own Bring Him moment at that time, including me, the lucky one who gets to sing it. So put that in an audience of 1,500, 2,000 people, that blows your mind.
No, it totally does. Is that your favorite moment in the show then?
Gosh, I think it probably is, for selfish reasons. You know, it's the song that I probably grew up. It's the song that made me want to grow up to be in musical theatre, I would imagine. You know, One Day More, Bring Him Home, things like that. The iconic songs. They're endless in this show. But that one in particular, never did I imagine, Michelle, that I would get to sit on a stage and sing that night after night. So it holds a very special place in my heart, of course.
Oh my God. Do you know what? It's kind of almost you've reached that top now of that kind of dream role. You think to yourself, where'd you go next, Dean?
Retirement, I think, is the answer. I don't know. I don't know what happens after
You're not
this,
allowed to retire, not at all with that voice.
Oh, bless you. That's very kind. I don't know what happens, to be honest, Michelle. Obviously, we've always got dreams and aspirations, but I've achieved the biggest dream I had. So, it's difficult to know what happens next, but I don't really think about it. Part of being an actor is the excitement of what could come next. And to be honest, I'm not done with this role, and I don't think I ever will be. They'll have to kick me out the door, and they probably will at some point. But, I love what I do, and we'll see what happens next, but that's a long way off.
Well, you could always play for Blackpool Football Club, couldn't you? Because I know you're a big fan of the Tangerines. Is that what they're called?
That is very good. I'm very impressed by your research. I don't know who you've got that from, but we are the Tangerines, the Seasiders. I've never been good enough to play for Blackpool.
You are a huge fan, aren't you, of Blackpool Football Club? So, you know what? It could manage it, maybe. That's what you could do in your retirement, Jean.
I'm not sure I'm capable of that, but I'll turn my hand to anything. I could drive a Tesco van. Why can't I manage Blackpool? Who knows? But I am a big fan. I've followed them for all my life. And when we go onto the barricade every Saturday, there's always about 10 minutes of the match to go. So I rush off the barricade, try and find out the score. So in the middle of bringing him home, Blackpool could have scored a winner and I'd never know.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, my goodness. Do you know what? I know you from way back when, and you won't realise this, but I might have been one of the screaming girls.
I know what you're going to say.
When you came to Manchester with Never Forget. Is that what you were going to expect me to say?
Yeah, it's amazing how many people saw it and how much it comes back to haunt me. I'm glad you were one of them, though.
I loved it. You were Ash, weren't you? You were the Gary Barlow guy in the whole thing. Never Forget, singing all the songs from Take That.
Yeah. And I had an absolute ball. That's the first part. That's the first leading role I ever had. And what a thing to do, especially in Manchester. I mean, I love Take That. I grew up listening to them. They are absolutely iconic. And when I got the call that I was going to be playing Gary Barlow, I couldn't really believe my luck. So, it's amazing how many people did see it, how many people have got the DVD. And I still love singing those songs, They're just
Is there a
wonderful,
DVD,
wonderful...
Dean?
Oh, Michelle, I'm going to personally send you a DVD.
Do you know what? If you do, I will love you forever. I love you as Jean Valjean, but oh my God, if I could have a copy of that would be epic.
I'm on it.
You've said it on Live in the Hive. It's got to happen right now.
Listen, I'll be true to my word. You will receive a personalised copy of Never Forget the Musical.
Oh, but if I don't, I'm going to be banging on stage door when you come down here in March and April, and I'll be like, "Oi, come on, deliver."
Hey, you can trust me. Don't worry about that. We'll sort it out.
Oh, look, we're dead excited to have you guys all come to the Lowry, and I think it's great that we've got a long run, so people, are going to enjoy it. They're going to love it. This is going to be your home for that time. Have you got any plans of what you're going to do while you're up here? You're closer to Blackpool.
If only I could see a game while I'm there. It's difficult to know, Michelle, because obviously our schedule is so full on. It'll just be nice to be around to see family and some friends. And, Liverpool was the same. Loads of people came. Nearly the entire village that my parents still live in came to see the show. I've got a few things to do. I'm going into my old school to do a bit of teaching and my best friend's school as well. I'm going to try and go in there just to say hello to those guys too. So there's lots of things on the menu to do. It is a nice long run. It was one of the venues that was almost next, I think, when the pandemic struck. So it's going to be really special to be back, and I can't wait.
Oh, we can't wait either. So we'll see you very, very soon. Like I say, the Lowry is here. I'm waiting.
It's waiting for us. I'll be there. Don't worry. We're getting there.
Oh my goodness, that has got me so excited for Les Mis coming to the Lowry at the end of March. It is going to be absolutely brilliant. And if you've never seen Dean Chisnall perform before, you are in for a treat. Trust me, the hairs on the back of your neck are going to be standing on end. It is going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, one to watch out for, but what else can we watch out for across Greater Manchester when it comes to theatre? Well, let's listen to the Greater Manchester Theatre News, shall we? Because an announcement has been made this week about this lady. It's Carrie Hope Fletcher. Now, you might have seen her before in musicals across the UK and in the West End. She's currently starring as Cinderella in Andrew Lloyd Webber's version of Cinderella. She's also been in Heathers. She's been in The Addams Family. You name it, she has starred in it. And she's also, funnily enough, starred in Les Mis. Now, she's going on tour, her first UK solo tour called An Open Book. And I like the sound of it because what you're going to get is some of the songs from the productions that she's been in, and Carrie Hope Fletcher has got a fantastic voice. And you're also going to get a little sit-down chat about her life and career. Now, she's going across the country with this one. It is coming to us at the Lowry on the 28th of May. Tickets are now on sale. But the only thing is, you've got to wait till next year. It is May next year, guys. So don't forget, if you do buy a ticket, don't turn up this year, because she's not going to be there. She's still in Cinderella. But next year, you are going to have such a great show to go to. Now, talking of shows, we have got a fantastic offer that is on at the moment. I love this. And as it says, love your local theatre. It's a campaign the National Lottery are doing. I think great kudos goes to them, because they are offering 2-for-1 tickets on productions. In fact, they're subsidising over 150,000 tickets at 100 local theatres across the UK. And one of those is our very own Oldham Coliseum. And all you have to do is show that you possess a National Lottery ticket, and you can be eligible for 2-for-1 tickets between Tuesday and Thursday performances. But what can you go and see? Well, it's their performances and productions that are going on in March, and it's this show, which is The Ballad of Maria Martin. Or you can go to see this one, The Glee Club, if that's more up your street. But such a great opportunity to see both those productions, 2 for the price of 1. I think it really does make it very affordable for people to go to the theatre, and more people to enjoy that experience. And that is what it's all about. Now, if you like what you see and you want to see more, do not forget, throughout the week, you can go to a wonderful website. If you're watching on I Love Manchester, you're a fan already. But yes, don't forget, you can visit ilovemanchester.com for the latest on theatre, culture, and what is going on across our great city. But now, back to the interviews, because a couple of weeks ago, I had the pleasure of having some guests in the Hive. They just finished the rehearsals. They came over to me and said, "Oh, do you know what? Could do with a drink." I said, "Oh, hey, funnily enough, we're in a bar." I'm talking about the cast members from the last quiz night on Earth. I was joined by Chris Hoyle and Till Sutcliffe, and I think they had a good old time in the Hive. What do you think? Have a look at this. Now, do you know what? I thought I would get you two into my pub, the Hive, because you guys are starring in a pub with the last quiz night on Earth. What do you think, first and foremost, of the Hive?
I'm loving this. Absolutely. I can't stop looking around. The detail in here, Michelle, it's brilliant.
It's beautiful. Do you wish you were performing in my pub?
Yeah. I do. In fact, we could do the show in here, couldn't we? We could actually do it.
I'll keep it to that. I might keep it to that. Now, it sounds so exciting, the premise of this, because what I love is when you take productions out of the natural performance space, and that is what you do. And you're going all over the place, aren't you, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to pubs and community centres, and it's non-performance spaces, and because it's set in a pub. Some of the ones that we're not going to pubs, we bring a set. So, but then we use the actual pub as the set for all the different ones we go to.
So it feels really immersive. So if you're coming to see it and you're in a pub, I guess you're at kind of like, the pub seats.
But yeah, so depending where you sit, you could be literally this close to us. Which is good for you guys, a bit stressful for us.
Oh my God, you can see people's faces up close, because, sometimes actors say, I like it when the lights go down so we can't see what they're looking like.
Yeah, there's no...
Totally. I've got my mum and all her mates coming from work. So there's a bit where my character joins a team, and there's lots of interaction with the audience. And I know it's going to be with people, because it's quite a small audience. It's only like up to 40 per night maximum.
Depending on where we are, but
that's lovely. And the thing is, when you get reactions like that, I imagine every night is going to feel a bit different, especially when his mum's in.
Oh, well, get Christine in. She'll be marching to the front. Yeah, we all know that. Yeah.
So tell us about your characters then. All right, because Tilly, what do you play? Are you looking for love?
I am, desperately. and so is my character. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
It's because she's had some wine, you know.
I know,
She's come
yeah.
into the hive, and that's it. All the secrets get told.
Well, she's actually said on the way, I hope she gives us a drink.
Yeah,
She's
it's the
probably
first thing.
really
Just
low.
give us a drink.
Absolutely. So go on. She's looking for love.
Yeah, so obviously it's the last night on Earth.
Yes.
And she's realised that her whole life has been a waste, and actually she's in love with this person, and that person is Rav, who's the quizmaster.
Right.
She's not from the area, and she doesn't know anybody who's there, but she bursts in midway and confesses her undying love for him.
Because a meteor, right? Meteor,
Oh, an
right?
asteroid.
Well,
Yeah.
it's hurtling its way to Earth as it would do, yeah?
Naturally,
And so what you would do if it was the last night on Earth is play in a quiz in a pub, right?
So the world's ending. You were told at lunchtime the world was ending. What else do you do but go to the pub?
Well, I don't know. I was going to ask you this. If it was the last night on Earth, what would you do, Chris?
Well, I mean, I'd going out and have a really good time, I reckon.
Yeah.
I would be.
Where would that be in
Yeah.
Manchester?
Well, I mean, I've got enough friends to have a good time without actually going to a certain place. But I would be like, yeah, let's get a party on. Let's go out with.
Let's get the music
a
on.
band.
Let's have a dance.
Let's
Boogie.
dance
Same
our
here.
way into.
Yeah. I've got a really good relationship with my family, and they live on a dairy farm in Yorkshire.
Oh, wow.
So I think I would, if it was the last night on Earth, I would definitely try my hardest to get back to them.
And you wouldn't milk any cows?
Well, my dad does, I don't. But I definitely have a few beers up there, and yeah.
Oh, well.
And if I couldn't reach them, I'd probably be calling Chris.
Can I come to your party? Yeah, Tilly, on your way. You can come in. Bring a mate.
So, Chris, right,
Yes.
you're not the quizmaster, are you?
No, so my character's called Bobby, who is the brother of the landlady Kathy, and basically we've not spoke for 20 years. So there's been a big family fallout, and as soon as my character sees the lunchtime bulletin saying the world's going to end, he kind of sets off walking to the pub where he grew up.
Walking's good, then you can have a drink.
Well, he runs the last bit and kind of enters into this. So he kind of sort of comes crashing into the pub to get his sister to kind of have it out with her, all this stuff that they've not spoken for 20 years. So it's a really clever play because it's a comedy, but you've got all these elements of it's got to be believable. You can't send it up, so we've got to create this feeling of the world is ending. But it's really clever, there's no private conversation. So every character, like the Fran and Rav storyline, and my character and Kathy, everything's in front of people because there's nowhere to hide to have these private conversations because there's people and punters in the pub.
Oh, do you know what? I think you've picked exactly the right production to come back to the stage from because you have taken time out.
A long time out.
Yeah, well, you were in the ward, you were in Coronation Street. You pretty much did like the whole raft of TV things, and then you went behind the camera to be this really successful playwright. I mean, Paperboy as well, absolutely fantastic. You're smashing it. So, what is this? Was it the production that made you come back?
Well, the thing was, I went bald when I was 26. Right, and
you're rocking it well.
And when you were 26, it was a really difficult because I went from being this kind of boy next door type character with curtains. Remember my curtains, Michelle?
I do remember your curtains. Legendary in the 90s, legendary.
So, and I went bald, and it just changed my casting. And I'd been acting for so long that it just got a bit too much, really. It was, I was acting from 10 years old professionally, so I burnt myself out, and then I started writing the Newspaper Boy, which was about my experience in Coronation Street, and do you know what? I just had such a buzz from writing, and I was like, I don't want to go back to it. And I just thought I had one play that I was going to write, and then I just was like, no, I'm going to continue writing here. And for the last 10 years, that's what I've done. But now I think there's a place for short bald actors, so I'm there to steal that crown.
Well, can I just say, disclosure here, I'm married to a bald, shortish man.
But there you are.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with
Nothing
it.
wrong with
embrace
that.
your baldness. I know loads of people that they go off to Turkey and get all these hair transplants. I'm like, just embrace your slaphead.
So this could now see you kind of back on. This would be fantastic. I cannot wait to see you rocking it out on stage.
Well, I mean, I'm really nervous. We were just talking about this in the car. I'm really nervous because it feels like there's a bit of expectation, and it's a difficult it's a difficult part to play, and you know the play is so fun and so light on the surface that underneath there's a lot of work to do. So yeah, I'm terrified, but I can't wait. I mean, we've got a great cast and a great director, and it's a really nice team, and I'm looking forward to it.
And you've got an advantage, Tilly, on him, really, because I heard that you used to run a pub quiz.
I did.
Back in the day. I know everything, you know.
Cheers.
I did, yeah. At my local, when I worked there as a teenager at the pub in Hebden, the Stubbing Wharf, shout out. They needed somebody a bit gobby to run the quiz, so it was me.
And you did it.
Yeah.
And do we, as an audience, get to do the quiz?
Oh my God.
you?
Yes, totally.
It's layered, so this is why it's so tricky, because the characters are difficult. You know, you've got to get yourself in the headspace at the world's ending, so even that is difficult. And then on top of that, every audience member is doing the quiz with you, and it's like interactive, people doing quiz, asking questions, drinking, and then acting, and it's a real like mashup of
Love it. I've got to say, I'm really good at quizzes.
Are you?
So when I come on that night, if I don't win, I'm like Miss Competitive.
It's a good quiz.
Thinking of that, I've
Oh,
got my
here
own
we
pub
go,
quiz
here
for
we
you.
go.
All right, no pressure. So who wants to go first?
Go on, I'll do it. I'll let the worst one. Quizzes I'm a nightmare at quizzes anyway. I mean, we did one.
Saying that now.
We did one the other day, but Tilly went the night before, and I was like, oh, I'm dead nervous.
I was.
And then Phil from BBC Radio Manchester was like, so Tilly was on, I was like, did 9 out of 10. So you've got a really, you've got a real sort of benchmark to go on there. Go 4.
Right, you've got to redeem yourself then now. All right, okay.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of general knowledge.
Yeah,
got a bit of music.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of sport.
Perfect.
Only 5 questions each.
Okay.
All right, okay. I haven't got any tie-break ones, so I don't know what we'll do in a minute. All right, general knowledge. All right. Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Leonardo da Vinci.
1 right, yes, marvellous. What city does Table Mountain overlook?
Cape Town.
Yes!
Oh my God!
Watch
What
out.
name is given to the outer layer of the tooth?
Enamel.
Yes! Oh my God, these are quite easy though,
Oh
aren't they?
my God, they're not.
All right, okay. Who had a hit in 1996 with Unbreak My Heart?
Liam Rimes.
No, Tony Braxton!
Tony Braxton!
Right, you got 3. Okay, and this is a sports question. What does the abbreviation MMA stand for?
I haven't got a clue.
Mixed martial arts. Oh, he started off well. Then it kind of tapered out a little bit.
Tony
so
Braxton.
3 to beat. I know. God, you should know that, 90s lad.
I know,
Come
I
on.
know.
All right.
Oh no.
What type of dessert do the singers of We Wish You a Merry Christmas demand?
Figgy pudding.
Yes, well done. That was close. Okay. How many days are there in a leap year?
366.
Yes. Oh, you told me she was good. Okay, all right. Which planet did Superman come from?
It's got all green glass on it.
It has.
I'm gonna get killed by my brother. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, planet Krypton.
Oh, planet
Krypton.
Oh, 'cause it's kryptonite. Oh.
Okay, all right. 2 more to redeem yourself. You've only got to get
Okay.
2 more right, and
To
then you
beat
beat
Chris.
him, or it could be even Stevens. Which One Direction member left the band in 2015?
Was he first?
Yes, which One Direction?
Zayn Malik.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
All right, this is the decider.
This is the decider.
All right, okay, sports question here. In which city would you find the football stadium, the new camp?
Barcelona.
Barcelona! She just did it. Well done, well done. Well, you know what? Do we think that I kind of like stand up to your level of play? Do I do myself justice?
Yeah.
Totally.
Mhm.
Yes.
What marks out of 10 do you give the Hive?
10.
Oh, 10 out of
11,
10.
12. Can we come back?
Can we
Yeah,
come-
and if it was the last night on Earth, would you come back to this pub?
Totally. Like I said, we could do the play in here. It'd be
Yeah.
all right.
It
For all
would
your
be, it
neighbours,
would
get
be.
us.
Just director out there, bring them to here, bring them to here. But you definitely are going to lots of places, pubs,
Yes.
community centres, everything.
Yeah.
And, we are flesh flashing those dates up on the screen right now.
Brilliant.
Perfect.
All right, well, I'll see you. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers. Thanks for having us.
Shall I let you into a secret? They may have stayed for a few more bevies after the cameras stopped rolling. I mean, who wouldn't? We're here in the Hive and there's no last orders. It's great. I'm going to be having more people in the Hive, in this very Hive, over the next few weeks. So do watch out for that. And if you liked what you saw, then do spread the word. And also give us a follow. We're on social media at Live in the Hive 21 on Instagram and Twitter. We've got some great content going out throughout the week to keep you entertained. And also give our friends a follow at I Love MCR. Now, tonight, I'm going to leave you with a very special performance from Fairstage Academy in Middleton. These children are aged between 6 and 17 years old, and they wanted to do something special to show their support to the people in the Ukraine right now. Some of the children have got families over in the Ukraine as well, and they've been sending letters to the children of love and hope. They have performed a track from Peter Pan, which is their latest show that they have been putting on, and they have dedicated it tonight to the Ukraine. I think I speak for everybody that we are sending so much love and support to the Ukraine right now. Manchester shows its solidarity, and so does Live in the Hive. So this one is for you. Take it away, Fairstage Academy.
Children of Fairstage Academy stand with the children of Ukraine and would like to offer the hand of friendship and love. Although it may be scary, you are extremely brave, braver than us. Be strong. Tender shepherd, let me help you count your sheep. One in the meadow, two in the garden. Dear nightlights, please protect the children of Ukraine. Burn bright and steadfast, always.
As we know about the situation happening in Ukraine and Russia, this is a time to unite as a nation to try and overcome this war, physically and mentally. Many innocent people, children and adults, are having to evacuate their area, having to leave their homes and families. This war is ruining their lives for our future generation, traumatizing them and leaving them without families to care for them, without food, and without the basic necessities of life. A life like this is a life nobody deserves to go through. So my message to the innocent people in Ukraine is to stay strong, stay safe, and stay believing.